Good morning, YouTube. What's going on? It's your favorite bear, California Bear 619. Today is July the 14th, 2024. It is 66 degrees in Southern California, San Diego specifically. Let's not beat around the bush. What happened yesterday? Everybody's talking about it. There was a assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump live on TV. Pretty brazen. Um, First of all, I'm going to come out and say I'm not a Trump supporter or a voter. Regardless, what happened yesterday pretty much made a statement in my book. And I analyzed it. As soon as I heard about it, I was asleep, and I woke up and turned on, whatever was on YouTube. And it was sure enough. So I was watching the replay as it happened. I guess it happened like within 40 minutes or whatever. And I was watching. And the very first time I watched it, of what it actually happened and what happened afterwards is what really bothered me the most. And it's being talked about a lot. Like that's all night. I just stayed up and I just watched every video I could, every source that I could, worldwide, locally, whatever and stuff. And let me just start off with my commentary. Uh, as far as I know, the Secret Service number one job is to protect the president. That's their number one job, with their own life, if need be. The former president did. He went down once he realized, hey, something happened, or I heard, go down. They came up, they're on top of him. You all saw the video and watch it, please. And watch it in time. Don't watch it slow motion or whatever, but keep in mind, just watch what I'm about to say. They brought him up. Like I said, their number one safety is to drag him to safety, like just boom, and get him out. So instead of dragging him out, carrying him, whatever, they propped him up straight up in front of the people. Like, here, get a good shots, here for a couple seconds. Let him pose and let him do what he's got to do for the camera. Then let's go. Now, that being said, the last time I saw something like that, and I was a little kid, and I was watching it live also, or right after it happened, was President Ronald Reagan. And I remember how it happened. Secret Service, right away, they pushed him in the car and they boom took off, and then that was it. The president was out of the situation in danger. They tackled the supposed person that was the perpetrator, and Secretary, God, I forgot his name, Brady, I believe, Secretary Brady. They tended to him, but the number one priority was the president, to get him out of there. Not to see if he's okay. Hey, are you okay, Mr. President? Are you fine? Or let's take some pictures. No, it's like boom, boom. So that right there, let's put him up. Hey, just in case, somebody wants to take a second, a third, or fourth shots or more. I don't get it. I don't get it. If that wasn't obvious to anybody, I don't know what else is going to be obvious. I don't know. The other thing also that started coming out right away, and this was actually on BBC reporter. It wasn't on mainstream video until like even like maybe today. I'm not sure if it's on, but it's been on social media now. And I saw it actually. I'm not sure if it was through BBC or somebody else's, like actually somebody blogging or somebody put it on it was an independent person. There was a gentleman being interviewed and said, "Yeah, you know what? We saw somebody on the roof with a rifle up there for several minutes, and we were telling, hey, 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 hey." Now the videos are coming out that there was people actually yelling and screaming, "Hey, there's somebody out there, somebody up there, somebody up there." Now there's videos of police actually walking around going, "Oh, what? Why was the reaction so slow? How is somebody going to get a clear shot from over there without being seen?" Just getting on top of the roof or something. A lot of questions. A lot of questions. What do I know? I'm just a fat guy in California on my couch watching the world. Then, like I said, the rest of it came out. Let me get the right hands, or excuse me, let me get the correct hands. There was the left over here. Just I'll just go by what I was seeing both on Instagram and on Facebook. So the left over here was laughing, making jokes, disappointed, like saying, "Bummer, you only had one job to do. Uh, you missed or whatever." Then you have the right hand over going to her. "Oh, okay, it's a typical, leftist because he missed. It must have been a vegan because he couldn't shoot." To straight out people saying, if that bullet would have hit anywhere else and done its job, where, dude, that man, to happen to turn around that second or whatever, and that thing just grazes his ear and nothing more than that, the odds of that happening, I don't know. But anyways, there was somebody that I do follow slow, on YouTube, and this is what he said. "Well, God bless, if he would have been dead, immediately right now, we would have been in Civil War automatically. When's the last time you heard somebody say about Civil War in that accent?" I think it was 2008 the last time, the first time I heard that it's coming. I'm like, what? You're crazy. There was a discussion. We were having a break, I think, when I was working. I was still an apprentice. And he was serious. So this country's headed to civil war, believe me. Yeah, ever since then, I've been seeing things in this country just changing and changing and changing and changing and changing. So about 2020, when I saw some of we all saw the unrest and everything that was happening. And that's why I'm kind of thankful, grateful that this didn't happen, that he wasn't assassinated, because if he was, I think, yeah, it definitely would have popped off right there on the spot or within, hours or days with people and stuff. They're just in their own minds are fed up and what they believe in and what they feel and whatever. Do I agree with some other things they say? I can understand. I've been, like I said, I've been noticing how this country's been going, which direction it's been going, and I don't like it. But is it time for what some of these people are saying and to do? No, I don't. Well, they did the right thing and they eliminated the perpetrator. Now it's all that matters. What couldn't come out later on. And, his social media was taken down. His apartment or house or whatever is being, ransacked, and his computers and his phones, and his family and friends are all probably being, interviewed or whatever you want to call it. Don't know. There was a movie that came out earlier this year by that title, Civil War. It didn't fare very well. I enjoyed the movie. I saw it at the movies a couple times. I've watched it here at home a couple times, and every time I watch it over and over and over, my good friend didn't like it. He said it was a terrible movie, and I explained to him, well, you kind of missed. He said, well, there's like no beginning, there's like doesn't explain anything. There's no end. I said, dude, that's the thing. If there was like no, it just kind of look at it what it was. That's what Civil War is. You get the mess we're in right now, where we're headed and stuff. Where is the beginning? Way when? Was it with Biden won? Was it when Trump won? Was it when Obama was there? Was that when Bush was there? Was it when I think no Clinton was there? Bush? Reagan? Carter? Ford? Now it's a little bit going by my time now. But yeah, if you watch, man, politics and people eat it up. People eat it up. They'll eat up the left hand or they'll eat off of the right hand because that's how they feel. But these people come from the same source. The hands come from the same source, people. Understand that. They're playing you. Wake up. You're being played on your emotions and your feelings and your thoughts and your beliefs. Just so they can stay in power and keep making money. That's what this is all about. All these wars and all these laws and everything, they're getting rich. Yeah, they might have a base salary of 100,000 or whatever it is in the Senate or in Congress, and they stay there for decades. At the same time, they're making side deals to pass these bills to make them into laws. So these corporations and have businesses with other countries and stuff, back and forth, back and forth, initially, like, okay, let's go to war, let's allow this war so the military industrial complex or whatever it's called, they can make trillions now. We're not talking about millions or billions. We're talking trillions now. That's all it really is. This movie Civil War, I don't think really got popular for a couple of reasons. But like I said, it was realistic in a couple sense too. It didn't show who was who, if you know what I mean. And I'm not gonna say I recommend you watch it. Whoever really wants to watch it, it's called the basically the Western Front, which is California and Texas faction versus whatever's left over of the ruling faction, which is left over in the South. I thought it was the South. I'm not sure. Excuse me. Forgive me, I'm wrong. But I'm just saying whatever. But that's where the movie started, kind of like in the South, kind of like in wherever they're at. They started going north. There was just reporters. And they were going to go north to Washington, D.C. because that's what happened. Everything fell down, and they were just holding fort in Washington, D.C. That was it. That's where the movie was headed for. Uh, and they were going to, because the president was, hunkered down in Washington, D.C. So, two things that happened on their way there, they start seeing the ramifications of the Civil War. And we see it all throughout history. We see it in documentaries about how people just start killing each other based on ethnicities, based on political affiliations, based on what regions they're from, ideologies, religion, whatever. There's a scene, I'm just to say, there's a scene where it's a mass burial and they show it. And there's all kinds of people. I didn't really see kids, but I saw women and men of all races and stuff in there. Um, and I'm not going to give the scene, but these people that were responsible for this part, they kind of they take the reporters and they're making them questions of where they're from, even as Americans, where they're from. That was one scene, and then the ending scene of the movie, the end game, which is what happens with just about every war that's been known in history. They take out the leader. I'm not saying this happened in the movie. I'm just saying, and they terminate him. The only thing was that this leader resembled somebody. It resembled a little bit of the person that got shot yesterday. That's the first thing I the way he talked a little bit, kind of, and you know the way his hair was a little poofed up and everything. I picked up right away at the beginning of the movie, and then the way it ended, and it ended pretty much how it was supposed to end yesterday. I just saw another blogger just right now before I came out did this live, and he was talking about how he said, you know what, they can't get him out of the way. So there's only one thing they can do. It looks like it was attempted already, right there on the spot. There was just too much stuff, too many questions, people, of the way things went down. Too many questions from the Secret Service, the way they acted, getting him out, to that person being able to get up on the roof, to when he was on the roof, nothing was done until he got the shot off. Then, after he got the shot off, that's when he got the air conditioner hole in his head permanently. Unbelievable. I don't know what else I want to really talk about. There's other things I want to talk about, but I don't want to associate any of that stuff with this stuff here. I don't really. I'm lost of words. So go ahead and drop a comment if anybody sees this live. Go ahead. Like, I'm not right or I'm not left. Uh, I'm nothing. I lost faith in our system a long time ago, and this pretty much solidifies my beliefs. Things are run, and if you don't see it, wake up, wake up.